very good evening. Welcome to Weekending. On the show today, we have with us actor Malaika Arora. Malaika, thank you so much for joining us. How has the pandemic been for you? Work-wise, you've been so busy. Take us through some of your projects.
How has the pandemic been for me? Like everybody else, it's been tough on everyone. But at the same time, it has been tough. It's been a learning experience of sorts for me on various levels. Yes, of course, everybody, work was affected professionally, emotionally. I think everybody was going through a bit of an upheaval. But I think what for me what really was good was that I kind of changed a lot in the sense. You kind of become more aware of your surroundings. You eventually, I just got so much more conscious about things that you take so much for granted. I got a lot of time to spend with my loved ones. I, just kind of made the most of the time that was there because when I was talking to a lot of my friends, a lot of them, were really dealing with a lot of things emotionally. So I think, talking to people on a daily basis, not just random stuff, but I think very, very obvious things, which was like mental health, etc. I think it just kind of opened up a lot of, other avenues of looking at things, of understanding people better. And more than anything, I just spent a lot of time with myself, which...
Okay. Work-wise, you've been so busy. Take us through some of your projects.
There are quite a few things actually in the pipeline right now. Some of them which I can't talk about, but lots happening. There's lots happening on the yoga front with our studios and stuff. We're going majorly online, so we're doing a lot of online content. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, a lot of our physical studios were affected because obviously people can't, come to the studios. Of course, now we are slowly limping back, but still. There is a bit of an issue there. So yeah, but by the grace of God, we still have some of our studios up and running. So looking at expanding all of that. In terms of, like I said, I think there are a few things that I'm very passionate about. One is fitness. One is healthy, good food, and the other is good apparel. So these are things that I'm very particular about, and I'm very, very interested in. So these are my steps of how I want to move forward in my business. So yes, Diva and Sarva are really doing a lot of stuff together, which in the year to come, you will see a lot happening.
Okay. Malaika, everyone wants to know your diet. What's the first thing that you eat in the morning and the last thing you consume before you sleep?
As soon as I will see, I do intermittent fasting, so I don't really eat. I fast for 16 to 18 hours, depending. But the one thing that I do, no matter what, when I wake up, is I have a teaspoon of ghee, and that's the first thing I do. Then I have my warm water and lemon. So yes, but that one chamach of ghee is very essential for me, so that's what I do. Before I go to bed, I eat my dinner pretty early. I eat my dinner at 7 o'clock, so I'm done, with dinner early. I go to bed pretty early. I'm in bed by around 10:30. Lights out for me. It's like that. But yeah, the last thing I do before I go to bed is actually I play with my doggy and I say my prayers before going to bed.
All right. What are some of the beauty regimes that you swear by?
Beauty regimes. I think a lot of my stuff is just made at home. I love doing that. I keep mixing and whipping things up all the time. But something that I swear by is aloe vera. I tell this to everybody. Have an aloe vera plant in your house because it works wonders. It works great for your skin. It has, it's amazing for your hair. So yeah, I think some of these homemade packs and all are just ideal that you can do in your house.
I'm sure most people want to know, how does one make a quick hair pack for dry, damaged hair, and a face pack you recommend for great skin?
I love it. I love aloe vera. I love coffee bean. I make my own scrub with coffee bean at home. I use, what else? I use a lot of coconut oil, olive oil, kind of mix it for my hair. Then yogurt, besan, all these things, mix it for a pack, for a body scrub. So all of this I make at home, and I use it. Yes, like I said, aloe vera, if you have it, just literally just take a little bit, massage it in your hair, keep it on for a bit, put a hot towel and then wash it. It's just so good. It's medicinal. It's everything. Same for the skin. You put on a little bit, it helps like wonders. Another thing that I really love is tomato. If you just take a tomato and just, if you've been out in the sun too much, your skin gets a little patchy and stuff like that, and you want to kind of detan and kind of get it, even. Just take half a tomato and just rub it all over. Keep it on for a bit, because tomatoes have, they have an enzyme in it which kind of helps. So do that and then wash it off. It works amazing.
Okay. Motherhood in the times of COVID, what were the challenges that you went through and how did you deal with them?
It is. I mean, my sister has two boys, and they're really young. So 8 and 11. So them, I mean, kids like that are because how you have to entertain them. You can't keep them cooped. I mean, kids have been cooped up at home, plus doing online classes. I mean, having a basic chat like this sometimes can get, after some time my eyes start bothering me, my head starts hurting. So imagine kids have to sit like this and do online studies for 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours, depending. And then it's not easy. It is. So I know a lot of parents have been struggling. They're like, what do we do? How do we, get them to do stuff? And I think it almost feels like 1 year of all our lives have just been written off. It's not, I mean, kids were, like my son was meant to leave. He was meant to travel and study. He couldn't go. So, just time is just gone. I mean, it's just, some of it has just been wasted, I feel, where kids are going, because to keep them occupied, to keep them busy is a task by itself. My son is 18 years old, so thankfully, he's big enough, but they're never too big. They still, at the end of the day, they still have a million demands in a day. But yeah, the younger ones, I know parents who have been pulling their hair out in desperation. I know that.
All right. Things you would do differently in the post-pandemic world than before?
Honestly, I know everybody around is desperate to travel. It's not something on my agenda. It's not something that I'm going crazy about. Not really. I mean, if it has to happen organically, great. I'm मैं तो पागल नहीं हो रही कि नहीं अभी ticket book करना है. I have to go here. I have to go there. This is on my. Not at all. I'm quite happy with whatever. I just find this whole process of traveling right now, it's a bit intimidating. So I'm fine. This whole thing of airports and vaccine, and every country will have different rules, and what I mean? Everything is, I'm fine. I'm okay. I like my home and space and over here, as opposed to going crazy trying to travel.
All right. Now, during the pandemic on Instagram, we've seen you work out all the time. Tell us a bit about your home workout. Do you work out every day? For how long? Monday to Sunday?
Well, I think we all have so much to balance in our lives. I mean, like I said, people may think that I'm working out, 18 hours a day in a gym, but that's not possible. Like I said, it's literally 1.5 hours that I devote to myself in the mornings, and nothing more than that in the rest of the day. Besides that, I have studios to it. I go to my yoga studios that I attend to. I look into that on a daily basis. I head to the office. I have a home to run. My kid, family. There's always, whether it's if the days I'm off to shoot, then that is different. If not shoot, then I'm at office, or paperwork, etc. Catching up on things that need to be need to be looked into. So there's always something. There's travel. So I think I always that 24 hours is never enough, and very important for someone like me. No matter where I am, what I'm doing, that afternoon I need 20 minutes where I just need to shut my eye. Wherever I'm in the car, I'm in my makeup van, I'm in the office, I'm at home. I need to just shut my eyes for 20 minutes and just catch up on my. I'm a siesta person, so yeah, that's pretty much what my day is like.
Siestas and power naps. What can beat that? Now, how has being an actor and being a part of Bollywood impacted your growth as an individual?
Well, it's a beautiful industry. It's an industry that's one of the largest industries in the world. I think I'm just happy and I feel proud to be part of it. I feel like I've grown up over here. I've learned so much. I've become an independent woman. I stand on my own 2 feet, because of the industry. Yes, I'm really glad and happy that I think I'm pretty well-rounded thanks to the workspace that I'm in.
All right. Well, good to know that. If you were on an island, what's the one thing that you would carry with you?
My yoga mat.
Okay. What is your message on love to everybody out there who is stuck at home in the middle of the pandemic?
I think, well, it's sweet that you have a day, but I think love is something that needs to be celebrated all year round, 365 days of the year. It is an emotion. It is a feeling that really, really elevates you. So hang on to that love, show that love, express that love, just be love. That's it. Enjoy it.
All right. On that note, thank you so much for joining us. Time for a break. When we come back, some slurp-worthy chaat recipes from Delhi's famous Bhawan chefs. You don't want to miss this. Welcome back to Weekending. Next, we meet Delhi's famous Bhawan chefs who also teach us a recipe. Kainaz, Contractor and Rahul Dua met in their 20s as management trainees at a hotel. Then Rahul worked as a head sommelier at Gordon Ramsay restaurant in Dubai and then conceptualized Cafe Lota in Delhi. While Kainaz worked as a food journalist. The two came together to work on their first Parsi restaurant called Rustam's in Delhi and created menus and ran the kitchens for brands such as Blue Tukai, Roasters and Cafe Dory. Last year, they came up with a food home delivery brand called Bhawan that specializes in street food. Kainaz, when did you start Bhawan?
So we started Bhawan as a delivery concept around 4 months back. Prior to that, it was actually scheduled to be a restaurant, and we were a week away from opening in Kailash Colony in Delhi when the lockdown happened, and circumstances weren't in our favor at that time, so we kind of pivoted to a delivery model.
Tell us a bit about the R&D that went into your menu. It's so unique.
So we did a lot of research. We went to cities where chaat was the main focus. Tried chaats and street food from different parts of the country.
So has the R&D paid off? Have you guys hit profitability?
Yeah, definitely. Touch wood. It's been going well, but also one of the benefits of running a delivery and a cloud kitchen concept is that your fixed costs are considerably lower than what they would be if you had a restaurant.
But do you think cloud kitchens are the way forward?
So I think this past year, definitely that was, cloud kitchens did way better than restaurants. But now the sentiment has, eased up. People are going out. Our restaurants are picking up more than what delivery brands are right now.
Tell me a bit about various projects that you and Rahul have worked together on. What have you all done?
Both of us are not trained chefs, but we're extremely passionate about food and running restaurants in general. So Rahul started with Cafe Lota in Pragati Maidan. We do a couple of kitchen consultancies for hotels like Roseate. We have a kitchen management contract with Napa Dori, so we run the kitchen at Cafe Dori in Chhatarpur. We used to do the food at Blue Tokai as well, and now Bhawan.
All right, lovely. So what are you teaching us?
So today actually Rahul will be doing that. Rahul will be teaching you a beetroot chaat.
Well, we are now going to learn how to make beetroot tikki from Rahul Dua. Rahul, thank you for your time. What are the key ingredients we need?
Okay, so what we are making today is a beetroot chaat. There are a couple of ingredients things that we need to, and then bring it all together. We'll start with the beetroot cutlets. What we do here is simple, basically oil, simple tadka of some chopped ginger and green chilies.
Now what are you doing?
So this is the chopped ginger and green chili that we need to flavor our beetroot mixture for the beetroot cutlets. We put in some of the beetroot in. This is just grated beetroot. And again, it's winter, so this is the time when the beetroot is at its best. It's not from a cold storage. We're going to let this cook for a little while.
For how long?
About 4 to 5 minutes. Roasted these peanuts and just ground them in. So these go in.
This is Zira.
This is the bhaja masala that we made. We have boiled potato here that we've just seasoned with salt. And the beetroot stuffing goes inside the cutlets, and we make cutlets like these for the beetroot chaat. And now we're going to move on to the mutter, the ragda. So oil first, and then about half a teaspoon of jeera. Once you start to hear that sizzle, then some finely chopped ginger, a little bit of green chili based on how much spice you like, and some curry patta. Once this is done, we put about 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, haldi. See that lovely color coming in, and then we're going to put in our mutter or ragda, which we've just boiled and mashed. And at this stage, we actually need to add a little bit of water just to keep this going. Salt and a little bit of black salt. Some red chili powder, again based on your taste and spice tolerance, and a little bit of chaat masala. The curd is then infused with, we roast beetroot in the oven, and this is sort of a puree or a juice of the roasted beetroot. The beetroot is quite sweet, so at this point this curd will also have a little bit of the special chaat masala that goes on most of our chaats at Bhawan that we make in-house. Okay, so the curd's done, the mutter is done. We can start plating up and constructing the chaat now. So this is the white mutter, the ragda. Like I said, this goes at the base of the chaat. So this cutlet sort of goes here. We're then going to use the two chutneys that we make in-house. This is tamarind and date chutney, and the mint and coriander chutney on top of the ragda. This is something we make in the kitchen. It's a cherry tomato kachumbar. So cherry tomatoes, onions, coriander, and all of our spices. And these are the beetroot chips. Bhawan chaat masala goes on top of everything.
This is a great way to bring in your weekend. Thank you so much, Rahul.
Thank you so much.
And thank you all of you for watching. Enjoy the weekend. See you next week.